What is happening, folks? Welcome back to the channel. Hope out there's doing good, you feel me? So today I'm going to be tackling this valve adjustment job on this 2007 8th gen Honda Civic Hybrid, and I'm going to show you guys how to do it. I've never successfully done a valve lash job, but I have some instructions. So first things first, I'm going to be peeling off this little weather stripping here that goes around the windshield wiper cowl, and then there should be a clip right there, clip right here, and a clip right here. You might have to take this one off too. Probably do. I don't know. We'll see when we get there. I've already taken off some of the other stuff here. I'm going to be taking off the air box, and we're going to be taking off all these individual coils. And yeah, let's just get to it. You don't have to do it, but I always tend to do it. I'm going to go ahead and disconnect the battery as well, the negative terminal there. Alright, now that we got that piece off, we're going to take off this metal cover right here. So after you get these ones out here, there's two 10s, two 12s on either side, and then there's a, you can't really see it, but it's back in there. There's a 10 in the back down the middle. Yeah. And just a quick little thing that I didn't mention, I did jack the car up because you're going to be going down and underneath the wheel well to access the crank pulley bolt to rotate the motors, and it's also just a little easier on my back. It looks a lot better than I thought it would. I don't know what I'm talking about. Definitely doesn't look like a 200,000 mile head here at all. I've never seen anything that bright silver. Alright, so now we got a little more room. Not really. Seems we're still gonna have to come in from the side on these right here. Now the feeler gauge kit that I have doesn't have the exact 17 and 26 that is recommended. So I'm using a 25 or a 10 point. I'm using a 0.25 millimeter for the exhaust, and then I'm gonna use this probably go with the 18 or the 15 millimeter. Just kind of try both of them, to be honest, for the intake. And so you get your crank pulley checked out. You get your crank pulley bolt attached to your. So we're gonna go ahead and turn the crank pulley bolt here until we get this line. So if you see that line right there, you should be able to run a feeler gauge flat against the surface of the head right there, and it should slide right against that line. Try to make sure I can get it on camera here. So you see how that just goes straight against it? So that tells me that we should be at top dead center. Alright, so we got the cover off of here. We're going to go ahead and get this turned over to top dead center on cylinder 1. Okay. And once you have it about where you think it's straight up and down, we'll just get our feeler gauge here, and we will slide the feeler gauge against the flat part of the cylinder head and make sure that it goes straight into that line, and that's how you know that you're top dead center. Okay, so now we remember that this is the intake side, this is the exhaust side. I may have started doing this forgetting that fact. So intake side 15 to 19, it should be 17. We're going to be using this 18 right here, or .0007, 7/1000 I guess of an inch, and that is for the intake. So that is this side, and you might have to just bend your feeler gauge a little bit. This is the intake side, and we are within range on that. We're on the high end here, so let's check the lower end, see how we're doing. Alright, and it's got a nice firm grip. It's not too loose, not too tight. And then we'll check our exhaust side. Not too firm, not too loose. And that is with the 10. So that's right in the middle. That's exactly where it needs to be. Okay. And then we'll rotate the crank again until we get to cylinder 3. We'll check with our feeler gauge to make sure we're top dead center again. Perfect. And we will repeat these steps here. There we go. Perfect. Check the other one. So I can't get the maximum, almost maximum feeler gauge in there, so we should be pretty good condition there. Pretty snug on the lowest. Go to the second one. Okay, those are good. We'll go to cylinder 4. Check our top dead center. Pretty good. Intake side, cylinder 4. That one might be a little loose. I wouldn't say it's too loose. And then we'll try the exhaust side. that one might need to be tightened up. Might be able to tighten that up just a little bit. I don't think we're getting enough play out of these things to justify the oil issue here. We'll go to 2. Top dead center again. Perfect. Getting good at this. Okay, so unfortunately all these are within the allowable parameters, so I'm not going to be able to get an easy fix after all, which means it's probably going to be the piston rings or valve seals, but we will check out the EGR. I think there's this plate right here that can come off, and we can check to see how clogged up this is, so we'll do that next. Probably just make that a separate video. Obviously put everything back together the way you took it off to reverse the process here. So moving on.